Welcome to KBAH News Network, where we bring you the newest updates to you because we care. To start off our program tonight, we would like to inform the audience about the misconceptions of GMOs. What is a GMO? And do you know what it stands for?
What is a GMO?
I don't know, do you?
A GMO...
Are you going to tell us?
It's something to do with science.
Oh man, I'm full of suspense now. So science, giant molecular orbit.
Geography.
Geography.
Mountains.
Mountains. Or... Are you going to tell us now?
G. Gases.
Okay.
Okay, you can stop now.
Okay.
What is a GMO?
It is a genetically modified organism.
Are you ready?
Yes.
What is a modified organism?
Modified organism is an organism that has been modified in a lab by putting different chemical substances in as it's developing, which alters the DNA.
What is a GMO?
A GMO is a genetically modified organism. Go.
What is a GMO?
A GMO is a genetically modified organism.
And, well, what is it exactly?
It is an organism where they have taken some of the genes and either added or removed them to modify it to make it better for humans or better for us.
Thanks.
Genetically modified organism. Did you get that? I just want to make sure you got that.
Modified organism. So like Monsanto. Like the tomatoes.
Genetically modified seeds and cross-contaminate everything else.
Thank you for your answers. GMO stands for Genetically Modified Organisms. A GMO is the mechanical transfer of genes from one organism to another. Most processed foods contain one or more GMOs. The ability to transfer genes from one organism to another is not new because bacteria and viruses do it all the time. So, you are probably wondering how this has affected you. People have been genetically modifying certain crops because they desire the trait in which it expresses. For example, corn previously grew with one ear on each stalk, and now, because of genetically modifying organisms, it has anywhere between 2 to 4 ears. This is great for farmers because they have more of a product to sell. Therefore, the desirable trait for more ears on a stalk is in practice today. In America, we have the choice of genetically modifying our food for better quality, but people have many misconceptions of what it really does to food products. They believe that it is toxic and dangerous. Inserting genes into a plant's DNA to express a certain trait has been done in the past. For example, humans have bred certain cows that can produce more milk for production, increase the quantity, and much more. Next up, GMO testing. Good or bad?
Oh my goodness, this orange is so hard to peel. Ugh, I wish it wasn't so hard to peel. Probably has seeds in it too. Gosh darn it, I don't want this orange. This is so easy to peel. Oh my goodness, it's so great. And there's no seeds in it? Oh my goodness, I love genetically modified oranges. You should buy your genetically modified orange today.
Welcome back. Now we'd like to discuss the controversies and benefits of GMO testing. According to the Human Genome Project, the benefits and controversies have provided accurate information for those who are struggling with which side to take, and we would like to go over just a few. Some of the benefits affect crops, animals, the environment, and society. For crops, it enhances the taste and quality, increases nutrients, yields, and stress tolerance, and it improves resistance to disease, pests, and herbicides. For animals, there are better yields of meat, eggs, and milk, and improves animal health and diagnostic methods. For the environment, it affects the conservation of soil, water, and energy, and there's a better natural waste management. For society, it increases food security for growing populations. Now let's move on to some controversies. Some of the following are for safety, access and intellectual property, ethics, labeling, and society. For safety, there are potential human health impacts including allergens, transfer of antibiotic resistance markers, unknown effects, potential environmental impacts including unintended transfer of transgenes through cross-pollination, unknown effects on other organisms, and loss of flora and fauna biodiversity. For the access and intellectual property, there's a domination of world food production by a few companies. For ethics, it's tampering with nature by using genes with species, among species, objection to consuming animal genes in plants and vice versa. For labeling, it's not mandatory for some countries. For example, in the United States, some countries have an abundance of food and GMO testing is not a concern. For society, the new advances may be skewed to the interests of the rich. Let's see some of our viewers' responses.
Overall, I think it's bad because the genetically modified crops mix with the organic crops, so then people can't get what they want, and then the people with the genetically modified crops sue the people with the normal crops because they have their seed that they paid for, and people freak out. No, it's just easier if you let it be normal.
With the given information, are you for or against genetically modifying organisms?
I'm for it.
Because?
Due to the fact that obviously in the United States we have abundancy to grow plants year-round and stuff. However, in places as Africa and Asia and places in the Middle East, they don't have that technology like we do. So by therefore using GMOs, we can help the populace retain food supplies and keep up with their natural diets.
Genetically modified organisms.
I am for genetically genetically modified organisms, but only because it could help the human race. But I'm against it in the fact that you might alter something to the point where it's just, completely wrong and I guess morally bad. I guess it all depends on what you're modifying.
Yeah. Now that you know the benefits and controversies of GMOs, are you for or against?
For.
Testing? Why are you for?
Because there's so many actual benefits that we can actually have from it, and like seedless watermelon, you don't have to spit out seeds. And if you are starving, I don't think you're really going to care if your corn was modified or if your corn is natural. And so, because there's such a huge demand from the population for food, that if we didn't use the modified food, there'd be such a lack. And there'd be people that complain about the researchers only doing it for money, that they would be like, well, I guess maybe we should get some modified food because they're hungry. So,
I'm more of the, hippie kind of thing. I only eat organic foods. I don't really like to eat, fruit that's been messed with or anything.
I'm for it.
I'm just kidding. I'm for it as well.
Because it's not harmful. And
yeah,
because we have so many people nowadays, we need it.
Thank you for your responses. In conclusion, GMO testing, good or bad, it's up for you to decide. Thanks for watching and have a good night.